वेलकम टू कश्मीरी किचन। आज की रेसिपी मसाला मगज़ है, जो हिंदी में बेजा फ्राई भी कहते हैं। वेरी टेस्टी और सिंपल रेसिपी है। इंशाल्लाह सारा वीडियो ज़रूर देखना। Hi everyone and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Kashmiri kitchen today. I have a very simple and tasty, delicious recipe for you for lamb Maghaz masala, which is known as Bheja fry as well. So here are the ingredients. So I've got 3 small lamb brains here, that lamb Maghaz. You can get them from the butcher fresh or frozen. Obviously you have to soak them in water and clean them. They have little like veins on top. I've done that because it's a bit of time consuming and fiddly job. So I've washed these and cleaned these. So for the masala, I have 2 medium-sized onions chopped, a spoon of garlic and ginger crushed, and 3 small fresh tomatoes, a cup of vegetable oil, and for the garnish we've got fresh coriander, fresh ginger and green chilies. And the dry spices we'll be using: chili powder, turmeric powder, black pepper, little bit of crushed chilies, and salt to taste. This is 1 cup of oil, but I'll use half a cup. So I just want this nice and hot, so I'll add the onions then. You can do the onions what way you like, but I think just chopping them like this is okay as well, so you don't need them to grind a paste. So just fry these off for about 5 minutes when they're slightly golden brown. So now that after a few minutes the onions are slightly cooked, when you make lamb brain masala, Maghaz masala, it's all you have to cook the masala for a long time, because the Maghaz only takes a few minutes to cook. So as soon as this is slightly changed colour, I'm going to add the tomatoes then. So you just want a slight pinkish colour. You don't want them brown, because that will make the colour change then. So this looks fine now, and I'm adding the tomatoes. I'm going to cook the tomatoes until they're soft. Because they're fresh tomatoes, they have a lot of water in them, so I'm not going to add any water. So I'd say about 5 minutes until the tomatoes go soft. So after 5 minutes you can see that the tomatoes have all gone soft, and the liquid has started to go thick as well. So I'm adding this is a bit more than 1 spoon. It's fresh garlic and ginger, but I'm just going to add 1 spoon of this. You don't need too much ginger in this, because we're putting more onions and tomatoes in the masala. So this garlic needs to be cooked for a further 5 minutes, then I will add the dry spices. Spices, and today I'm just using a teaspoon, because like I told you, the amount is quite small. It's just 3 Maghaz. So I'm using 1 teaspoon of chili powder, half a teaspoon of black pepper, half a teaspoon of turmeric powder, and half of crushed chilies. So I'm going to put the salt when I put the Maghaz in the karahi. So I'm just cooking. Dry spices cook very quickly, so you only need to mix it for about a minute and then add the So we just need this to cook for about 2 minutes before we put the lamb Maghaz in. So just change a little bit of colour. So I'm going to add the lamb Maghaz in now. I don't want to use a spoon too much. I'll just leave it for a little bit just so it gets cooked, and add the salt. 1 spoon of salt and just half a teaspoon of crushed chilies. And I'm just going to mix this a little bit so the masala gets mixed with it, but I don't want to break it up more. So now I'm going to use a lid and put a lid on this, and on a lower heat, leave it for 5 to 10 minutes. So in this dum of the lid, it will cook. As you can see, the texture of it is gone a bit harder and white. And that looks perfectly cooked now. So in all, I'd say it doesn't take longer than 10 minutes. It's all the frying of the masala. So I've actually checked this and tasted it. It's cooked, so I'm adding the garnish now. So some fresh green chilies, fresh coriander, some nice pieces of ginger, restaurant style Maghaz masala.